Former President Barack Obama delivered a sharp warning Tuesday evening in Pennsylvania, telling Americans that the nation is tending at an inflection point as political violence continues to escalate. Speaking at the Jefferson Education Society in Erie during a fireside discussion, Obama addressed the two shocking incidents that have shaken the political world in the recent days: the assassination of conservative commentator Charlie Kirk in Utah and the brutal attacks on Minnesota lawmakers that left House Speaker Melissa Hotman and her husband there, while State Representative John Hoffman and his wife remain critical injury. Obama described both tragedies as horrific and a deep wound for the country. He reminded his audience that while violence tied to politics is not new in America's history, it runs counter to the very foundation of democracy. Obama said, and I quote, "The core principle of our system is what we must be able to argue sometimes passionately without turning to bloodshed. The minute we lose that, we lose the every spirit of self-government." End of quote. The former president also raised concerns about the rhetoric surrounding Kirk's killing. Without naming the President Donald Trump directly, Obama criticized those who rushed to assign political blame before investigators had even confirmed the motive. In a video statement following Kirk's death, Trump accused and I quote, "the radical left," and he quote, "as being responsible." Obama said, and I quote, "There has been a rush to label an enemy and weaponize grief that only deepens division and makes it harder for us to actually face the truth together." End of quote. Instead, he pointed to Utah Governor Spencer Cox as an example of how leaders can model civility. Obama noted, and I quote, "He showed it's possible to disagree fiercely while still following basic rules of respectful debate." End of quote. Obama was candid about his opposition to many of Kirk's views, including Kirk's embrace of the Great Replacement conspiracy theory and the inflammatory remarks about black women such as Michelle Obama and Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. Yet, Obama insisted that condemning Kirk's idea does not erase the reality that his killing was a tragedy. He said, and I quote, "To say I strongly disagree with him does not mean I do not mourn him. We must separate our outrage over rhetoric from our humanity in loss." End of quote. Other national leaders echoed similar appeal for calm. House Speaker Mike Johnson urged Americans to debate vigorously but never resort to violence. Former President Joe Biden and George W. Bush also condemned the attacks, with Bush stating that, and I quote, "violence and vitriol must be purged from the public square." End of quote. From his hospital bed, Hoffman described America as broken and called the leaders to reject extreme and violent dialogue that fuels attacks. Authorities say 22-year-old Tyre Robinson has been charged with aggravated murder in Kirk's death, with prosecutors seeking the death penalty. In Minnesota, 58-year-old Vance Bolter faced federal and state charges over the killings of Hotman and her husband and the shootings of Hoffman and his wife. The tragedies add to a growing list of politically motivated incidents in recent years, from the arson attempt at Pennsylvania governor's mansion to attempted assassination of President Trump last summer. U.S. Capitol Police reported nearly 9,500 threats against lawmakers intended for alone, a sign Obama warned that the nation must choose whether to confront division or let it consume its democracy.